What is up, friends? Welcome back for some more Better Call Saul. Can't wait to get into some more Season 5 with you all. We're getting very close to the end of the show for now before Season 6 is released, and so I'm expecting some big things to happen. Obviously, we left off on somewhat of a cliffhanger last time with Nacho picking up now Saul. I don't know which I should refer to him as this point consistently. I'll probably switch off depending on the scene, but I assume it has something to do with getting Crazy 8 out of his situation, and if there's anyone who could get the job done right, it's definitely Saul, so he came to the right person, and so I'm excited to see what happens in this episode. Hopefully you all enjoy watching along with me for this one. If you do, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel grow, and of course you can check out the full-length reaction on my Patreon, link for that in the description below. Of course you'll need your own copy to watch along with me there, but you can also get the early access to these YouTube videos there as well a week before they pop up here. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 3. Oh, back to the ice cream cone. I was wondering if I accidentally put in like a National Geographic disc. Dude, this is fantastic. What an opening right here. All the ants are finding the good stuff. I don't know if this is just a fun way to open the episode or if this has any sort of metaphorical meaning, like Jimmy just attracts all these sort of people who hide in the cracks. Oh my gosh, dude, now it's getting a little bit uncomfortable right there. They work fast. Maybe the significance is just that there's so many people waiting to overtake Jimmy.
I have a feeling I know what this is about. Please keep in mind that whatever happened between Mr. Varga and myself, I'm hoping that it's just water under the bridge.
Dude, he's scared for no reason right here. At least I think so. My guess is still it has to do with Crazy 8.
You had business with my cousin, Tuco.
Tuco. Oh, sure, yeah. And I see the family resemblance.
Oh, gosh, man. Tuco is not Jimmy's favorite person in the world. I don't think he wants anything to do with more Salamancas.
You know, Tuco told me about you. You're the guy with the mouth. Those guys at the house. What'd they call her?
Business.
We're throwing it way back. That's just in the first couple episodes of the show. I like that he hasn't told him what this is about so far, just kind of getting under his skin.
Yeah, we got a legal problem.
A legal problem. Fantastic. Just for a minute there, I thought I was going to be swallowing condoms filled with heroin.
Oh, that's quite an image right there. My gosh. But looks like it is along the lines of what I was thinking. And based off his reputation, I can understand why they went to him.
We send you in there, you tell them how to do it, and they can't listen.
Attorney-client confidentiality.
Yeah, that.
Dude, I freaking love Lalo's expressions. Seems like a pretty foolproof plan to me, although it puts Jimmy in the big-time hot seat.
How expensive?
$7,925.
Sure.
Yeah, when he said it out loud like that, it doesn't seem like very much money to someone high up in the cartel. And Jimmy's looking pretty nervous right now, but this is exactly what he wanted to work with these type of clients.
Hey, you see that? You want to do something for me? Take it down.
Is it going to be the picture of the opera house by chance? Anything that would remind him of Werner is not what he needs right now. It's just going to set him off.
Take it down.
I think you've had enough.
Take it down now, please.
Well, at least we avoided any sort of major confrontation right there. I was worried he was going to blow up more at this guy. That move is clearly affecting him so much mentally, though. We'd already seen bits and pieces of that before.
Gramps, where you going?
Yo, got 20 bucks you can lend me?
No, you do not want to pick a fight with Mike, especially right now when he's on edge.
I got a lot more than 20 bucks, asshole.
Hold up, Gramps.
this. Mike disarmed him immediately, took him down in seconds. Yo, man, what a brilliant scene. I was ready for the rest of them to go at him as well, and Mike would have his own old boy moment. Even when he's had quite a few drinks, there's no stopping him.
Everything good?
I'm sort of celebrating, actually.
Celebrating what?
I just realized I have all pro bono clients tomorrow, all day. No Mesa Verde.
I didn't realize that was necessarily something to celebrate, but I mean, those are the clients she's enjoying working with most, so I can kind of understand it.
What about you?
I met some interesting people and had a few ups and downs.
That's certainly one way to put it. Lalo's one of the most interesting people around right now.
I better prep for tomorrow.
Right. Go get him, Tiger.
Shoot, man, that was kind of awkward. It was kind of good, but there's definitely something odd about everything happening. It seems like both of them are having success right now, but they're not fully enjoying it. There's something kind of holding him back.
Gutiérrez me hizo una oferta para comprar el taller. Lo quiere dejar como está, pero me ofreció mucho más de lo que vale, incluso con el terreno.
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good offer to me right there. It doesn't have to do with any of the operations that we've already seen with them trying to use his dad as like a conduit or whatever.
Siempre pensé que el taller sería tuyo.
Vas a trabajar 11 horas al día por el resto de tu vida.
¿Tú qué opinas?
Me hace una buena oferta.
Oh man, just as I anticipated, an excellent scene once again with his dad. Love the look into his mindset right here and what he's doing for Nacho.
Fuiste tú, ¿verdad?
¿De qué hablas?
El dinero que me está ofreciendo es tuyo.
No.
Es tu manera de hacerme huir. ¿Tú quieres huir?
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's throwing it back to when we saw those little IDs that he pulled out before. His dad is freaking smart.
Deja esto. Entrégate a la policía. Enfrenta lo que has hecho. Si quieres huir, huye. Pero yo, ni madres, yo no voy a huir.
Oh, dude, what a scene. His acting is unreal. He's got to be one of my favorite side characters of the show, even though he doesn't pop up a whole lot. Just leaves such an impact.
Something's coming to good care.
Not now, Steph.
I wouldn't bother you with it.
I asked you to handle it.
We are, but there's just...
Steph, this is not the time, all right?
She's locked in right now. I didn't really recognize the name, so I'm assuming what she was asking is in reference to another pro bono case, unless it has something to do with Mesa Verde.
I just got off with Kevin Wartell. He wants you there right now to straighten this out, hands on.
Well, I'm flattered, but...
My clients need me. I have a full day of appearances here.
So there we go. It is something to do with Mesa Verde. Interesting.
Now, don't get me wrong. I respect your devotion to your pro bono clients. But Mesa Verde keeps the lights on. Can we agree on that?
Of course.
Once in a while, you have to give a little to get a little. You know?
Kim is fighting so hard against doing anything for Mesa Verde. Don't tell me she's going to go through the same cycle as Jimmy where she loses this position shortly after she gets it.
Who the hell are you?
This is wild. I had no idea that Saul and Crazy 8 had any sort of interaction before, well, really at all, because Crazy 8 obviously wasn't in Breaking Bad for too long.
I'm your new lawyer.
I didn't call no lawyer.
Lalo did. All right, we got a lot to go over here. How are you at memorization?
Oh, jeez, man, that's so many notes. I can't imagine what the heck they want him to say unless it's just some random story to get him out of being there in the first place, the place where they caught him. Bro.
Hey, Marina. How's the boy?
Yo, no way, dude. Are you kidding me? He is in this show. Dude, this could not get any better right here. They actually brought him back. My number one wish. Let's go.
As the clock literally strikes midnight, Marie hands me a full hefty bag and pushes me out to the trash cans.
Food banks don't take expired food.
Oh, thanks for that, Ann Landers.
Dude, this is so good. I can't believe it. And super happy to see Gomez as well, of course. Their banter just as good as ever.
Domingo, Molina, Keeps his mouth shut for the first 2 nights he's in here, and now has an epiphany and wants to talk.
Dude, Dean Norris has not missed a step with this character. Everything is just as he was before. I can't believe I'm watching them in this show, though. I'm so excited.
Give me the deets. Where the drugs come from, who the money goes to, the name of your boss, and who you report to, for starters.
Okay.
Shoot, what is the play right here? This is not what I was expecting. Just giving up information like this. I thought he was going to try and get out of the situation.
Silence! Are you talking to my client without his lawyer present?
And you are?
Saul Goodman.
This is so good, getting these two in the same scene together. This is automatically one of my favorite scenes of the show, simply because Hank and Gomez are here.
I want to talk.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Sounds like he does.
You just, one moment. Come here. Just come here.
This is so fantastic, man. The fact that we get Hank and Gomez gives me hope that eventually we might get Jesse and Walter, even if it's just a small cameo.
He insists on dealing, so let's talk turkey.
You know what? We're not interested. I feel like my chain is being jerked, and not in a good way, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, let's go, man. Hank always was with it before. Jimmy cannot fail this right here.
What if we say it's contingent?
On what?
Results.
And what if what he tells us doesn't pan out?
Oh, well, then he just stays here.
Oh, Crazy Eight's not loving this situation right here, but at least he got the attention.
If his information leads to arrests.
Oh, yeah. Well, if his information leads to arrests, then charges go away.
Yikes, man. The way that Jimmy was looking right there makes me think that wasn't part of the original plan. Are they just gonna have to give up some fake people, some scapegoats?
He's your personal CI. He gets picked up, he calls me, I call you, gets taken care of, no questions asked.
Okay. But it's contingent, and this better be worth it.
So wild seeing all these characters in the same room with each other in Better Call Saul. Does this in any way connect to the raid that Hank ran at the beginning of Breaking Bad?
Is he home?
Yeah, he never seems to leave. Word of warning, he's very unpleasant.
Got it.
This is a very interesting landscape right here. The house is in the middle of nowhere. Is this somebody that they're trying to get removed so they can build the place?
Mr. Acker, I think there's been a misunderstanding, and it's in everyone's best interest if we straighten it out. May I come in?
Stay right where you at.
Oh yeah, this guy does not seem ready to deal with anybody, especially Kim. This might be her hardest test yet.
As I understand it, you and your family have been here since 1974. You built this lovely house, but you never actually owned the land it was on. It was leased to you by a local company.
Ah, that does make the situation kind of difficult. Hard for him to argue there if he doesn't own the land.
Mesa Verde has just increased your buyout to $18,000.
That's a lot of money. I bet you with that I could buy a big old mansion and a swimming pool.
I had a feeling he was yanking her chain right there, just being sarcastic. I'm trying my best to focus on this scene right here, but I'm still buzzing after the Hank and Gomez introduction.
That big bank thinks it's gonna build a call center. So you go around throwing people out of their homes.
I wonder how Kim feels about this, because obviously she is kind of antagonistic towards Mesa Verde already, and just seeing somebody put out of his position like this might push her over the edge.
You're one of those people that give a little money to charity every month, so you can make up for all the bad that you've done. You go to a soup kitchen once a year.
Oh, this is not the person you want to piss off, and you're 100% wrong about Kim. She's doing a whole lot to help people.
Listen to me. You do not get to make up your own rules. Put on your big boy pants and face reality.
Here we go. He's unleashed the beast within Kim. She's coming out swinging.
Why should you get to drag this out for 7 months while all of your neighbors, every single one of them, played by the rules? Do you think you're special?
Oh, dude, there's so many great acting moments in this episode. She absolutely killed it right there. And I guess maybe he's partially right about what he was saying about Kim, because she kind of is doing those pro bono cases to make up for clients who don't matter in the big picture in her eyes, but certainly not to the degree he was suggesting.
Your guy is now a confidential informant.
What do you mean, like a rat?
No, he's not a rat. No. I mean, well, if he's a rat, he's your rat.
Oh gosh, man, this is a whole mess. So many different strings to pull in every direction.
Who exactly did I just set up? I mean, if there's going to be blowback, I don't want to be in the middle of it.
It's not about what you want. When you're in, you're in.
Oh gosh, man, don't like hearing that one bit, but certainly been the case with Nacho, no getting out. But also, that kind of has me worried that maybe they're setting up Gus and his people of some sorts. Did she drive all the way back to his house? Interesting. Maybe the words he said to her stuck with her a little bit more than I thought.
Can we start over?
Say what you came to say.
I went to a real estate office. I found some houses I think you might like. There's some really nice options in your price range.
Hey, that's a pretty nice gesture right there. I think he might respect her a little bit more after seeing the work she's doing for him.
I can't pretend to understand what you're going through. I've never owned a house. When I was little, my mother used to shake me awake in the middle of the night yelling it was time to go. She was always one step ahead of the landlord.
Fascinating, man. We've never learned this about Kim's past before. Always cherish an opportunity for some backstory.
You'll say anything to get what you want, won't you?
Oh, come on now. I thought that was pretty dang genuine. Shoot. Also reveals a little bit more of maybe why Kim wants to help out the people she's helping.
You want to leave the money for the feds?
If there's no money in those debt drops, Lala will know someone talked.
The dead drops remain.
Dang, so it was Gus that they were selling out. Nacho's in an impossible situation, though. He has to get Lalo's trust while still remaining on Gus's side and being an informant for him. Yikes, man, it's just a bottle, but it's stressing me out. Jimmy's playing with fire, not just with that, but with people's lives as well. Man, so genius the way they do scenes like this. There hasn't been a single word spoken, but they're saying so much with their actions. It's so interesting sometimes, the points where they choose to end episodes. I mean, in the other scene, the bottle was just kind of hanging on the edge and Kim brought it back into the house. And so I don't know if the significance of them throwing the bottles off the edge and breaking them is just showing how throughout the day their mental states kind of changed from where they were initially. Well, a huge welcome back to the man, the myth, the legend, Hank himself popping up in this episode. I can't believe we get him back once again, especially after his fate in Breaking Bad, because I've missed him ever since. And obviously those of you who've been watching since the Breaking Bad times would know that right up there with Gus, he's my favorite character in this universe. And so I can't wait for more scenes with him. I would assume because he's going to be involved with Crazy 8 and all that stuff that we might see him a couple more times. Even if it's just that one time, I would still be just happy with it, because any opportunity to see him and Gomez would be more than what I was expecting coming into this show. But I can't wait to see who else they bring back as well, because at this point they've brought back nearly everybody except for the White family pretty much, and so we'll see. Also Jesse I mentioned as well, of the potential of seeing him again, but because their involvement in the world kind of started with Breaking Bad, the first couple episodes, I don't know how they would work him back into the show, but if they can work back those two, Hank and Gomez, I feel like they can do anything. And so that was definitely the highlight for this episode, and it barely was the biggest highlight because there were so many other fantastic scenes, whether it was Kim talking with that guy who refused to move, or Nacho talking with his dad. Every single conversation in this episode in particular was just top notch. The acting is as good as ever. And again, shout out to the lighting crew and that whole department, because the shots, the cinematography, but just the lighting within the shots was just some of the best I've seen for a TV show in general. I think one of the best lit shows that I've seen might be Daredevil, the Netflix show, and this episode was rivaling a lot of the stuff that I see in that show. And so I'm always continually impressed with the technical aspects of this show, and with the story aspects, those definitely are not lacking at all right now either. And with the way it's going right now, and the fact that there's a whole nother season after this before the show is ended, makes me think that we're heading towards a pretty big war between Gus, his people, and then the Salamancas, because he clearly is not happy with losing out on the money from those dead drops, and obviously he'll have to find new locations to exchange stuff, and so his hands are tied. But obviously he's one to retaliate if something like that happens, and so I anticipate a lot more Lalo and Gus confrontations in the future, and hopefully Nacho doesn't suffer too much by being caught in the middle of it all. But now Jimmy is fully invested in the cartel and that whole world as well, and based off Nacho's lines, he's not getting out of it, and clearly in Breaking Bad he never really got out of that lifestyle. But I'm looking forward to your thoughts on kind of the meanings of some of the things in this episode, because I feel like whether it was the ice cream cone or them throwing the bottles off at the end, there was a lot to be interpreted there, and I obviously put forth some guesses, but usually I'm not 100% on the mark, and so I'm excited to see what you all have to say and share with me about those. But hopefully you enjoyed watching along with me for this episode. If you did, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel grow, and of course you can check out the full-length reactions on my Patreon, link for that in the description below, as well as early access to these YouTube edits. You can get those a week early there too. But until the next episode, look forward to seeing you all later. Peace.